What's up, everybody? Happy Monday and welcome to a brand new episode of the Hot Effing Mic. I am John Rocha, joined as always by the Sneider himself, dropping the guns for everybody to see. Jeff Sneider. How are you, Jeff?
Hello, Johnny boy. How's your Monday going, buddy?
Good, man. I just got an email from these people in charge of the series Elkhorn. It's a Western series based on the life of young Teddy Roosevelt. I happened to watch an episode the other day. I think it's on Prime. And they are asking if I would like to go to a premiere of the new season in North Dakota. I've never been to North Dakota, but I'm tempted.
You should go. Yeah, if they're going to pay for everything, why not?
Yeah, they said they have a limited budget to handle fees. That means I'm probably staying at a Days Inn, flying in on Southwest or maybe Spirit.
Yeah, sounds like maybe hell. But you know what? When else are you going to go to North Dakota, right?
I don't know if I should be going to anywhere, to be honest with you. Nowadays, it's a little scary out there, but maybe. We'll see. But we're here to talk about a lot of things going on in the world of entertainment. We saw you guys just a few days ago, but so much has happened already. We're going to get in some trailers. We're going to get some of those creative arts Emmys and what they mean for the Emmys next week. We're going to get into some conversations about stuff going on with Warner Brothers and Superman and other things as well. Before we jump in, though, I'll remind you all the Streamlabs, the Super Chats are open. This is usually only an hour-long show. So if you want your questions answered, you better get them in early to hear what Jeff and I think about whatever you want us to talk about here on the show. Jeff, shall we jump in? Waste any time? Let's do it. Let's jump into this thing. All right, the Creative Arts Emmys happened over the last 2 days, Jeff. We had quite a lot of things that were revealed to us. The Pit won Outstanding Guest Actor for Sean Hatosy, and Outstanding Casting for a Drama Series. Severance had 6 wins, including Outstanding Guest Actress for Merritt Weaver and Outstanding Cinematography. Adolescence won for cinematography as well. Andor Season 2 won 4 Emmys for its costume design, production, picture editing, visual effects. A Studio won 9 Emmys and is potentially in line to be the highest winning comedy ever in the history of the Emmys. I think in its rookie season, The Penguin picked up 8 Emmys itself, 8 Emmy wins in categories highlighting makeup and hairstyling, costume, sound, visual effects. Rebel Ridge won for Best TV Movie. Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary took home 8 Emmys. Juliana Nicholson and Cranston won for Best Comedy Guest Actor and Guest Actress there for her for Hacks and him for The Studio. And Stephen Colbert won, and Jimmy Kimmel won for hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But the Emmys are next week, Jeff. What did these creative arts tell you? Emmys wins tell you about who's in the pole position for some of these awards next week, some of these above the line awards.
I mean, I think that the Pit is going to give Severance a run for its money. I really don't like this idea that, Severance is just going to come in and steamroll everything. The Pit deserves to be in this conversation.
Yeah.
And while it's tough for me to speak to the issue because I still haven't seen season 2 of Severance.
Okay.
I really like season 1, but I am behind. And I've had months to watch it and I haven't. That kind of says everything. Like I could not stop. I was addicted to the Pit. So I'm rooting for that show. I think that Hacks versus the Studio definitely has a lot of heat.
Yeah.
That has the momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up winning a bunch of awards. If we've kind of recognized Hacks enough, but to me, Hacks is the superior show.
Yeah. What about Adolescence? I mean, it only won 1 for cinematography over these last 2 nights, but do you think Stephen Graham has an opportunity here to really unseat Colin Farrell, or do you think it's Colin Farrell's? And what do you think about maybe they'll give him an Emmy for writing, but not necessarily for acting? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I think that maybe because Stephen Graham is up for multiple Emmys in different categories, like I could see him being overlooked in favor of Colin Farrell, who maybe gives a show your performance, and he also carries that whole show for like 8 or 10 episodes, however many it was.
Yeah.
Whereas Stephen Graham is really only in like 2 of the scenes in Adolescence, or 2 of the episodes in Adolescence, but it's just he's devastating. I mean, that's a tough call. I wouldn't want to be an Emmy voter because that may be too tough a call for me.
Yeah, well, and speaking of Colin Farrell, I mean, Penguin had 8 Emmys in categories. So would you think that's the limit to what they're going to get? Maybe you'll get a Colin Farrell victory, but do you think there's anything else they might be in line for they could take here to kind of increase their haul?
I mean, I think Adolescence is going to win the majority of the awards where it's going head to head with the Penguin. I think that's just a landmark 4-star series. The Penguin was great and better than anyone's expectations for sure.
Sure.
I mean, I hate to have to pit them against each other, but Adolescence would take it.
See what you did there. Pit them against each other. Were you surprised by Rebel Ridge winning for best TV movie?
Did I what? Huh? Rebel Ridge? No. That I mean, I thought it was funny that it's up for TV movie at all because obviously it's not it's a movie. It's just a movie made for the big screen that ended up getting acquired by Netflix, which did not give it a theatrical release. But yeah, it was really well liked. It was really well done. I was totally cool with that winning, and it wasn't like a big shock. I feel like that was probably the favorite going in.
Do you think the studio will upset in some of the categories that maybe it's not necessarily seen as an odds-on favorite? Do you think they can take something from Hacks? Do you think where do you think the studio is going to land in all of this by the time?
I mean, yeah, that's the question. Are they going to, sort of just give Han Rogan a Best Acting Emmy? To see more credit for like the behind-the-scenes stuff. Will the Hacks take the sort of front-facing awards and then studio win behind-the-scenes stuff? Because it's maybe more visually ambitious.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. I like having these little like matchups. I think it'll be curious to see if anyone can dethrone those 6 shows that we've talked about. Where's the White Lotus factor into things? Is how many awards is that going to walk away with? Because that has a ton of nominations too.
Yeah, do you think there's going to be a pushback on that? Because I mean, there was a lot of complaints afterwards that White Lotus was nominated for all these awards and so many awards, and the entire cast was nominated. There seemed to be a pushback. Do you think that will affect any of the, or are the award? Because I'm not a TV voter, so I don't know. Are the awards already locked in terms of who's going to win, who's not? So when the nominations were announced, were the awards already locked in on who's going to win, or is there still?
No, I mean, who knows how much campaigning moves the needle in terms of Emmys and all the installations and all the shit that they do.
Right.
So no, I wouldn't say anything's set in stone. I'm sure that over the last few months, voters have been able to catch up with shows and reconcile with others.
Yeah, that's gonna be fascinating to see. I was kind of surprised that SNL 50 won as many awards as it did, 8 Emmys, because I mean I didn't think this season was that great, so I was pretty surprised to see it win as many Emmys as it did, and considering the fact that it won 8 Emmys, Lorne Michaels still shook up the cast like crazy. So it seems odd that this is almost like firing Jimmy Johnson after you win 2 Super Bowls, Jeff. I don't understand the logic here.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, it's not like Michael Longfellow or Devin Walker is responsible for those.
Maybe. But I think Heidi Gardner would play a part in it. And from what Dana Carvey and what's his face said on their podcast, that Dana Carvey heard that Heidi, it was not her choice to leave, that she was asked to leave, which is crazy.
I was very surprised by that, but maybe Lorne just felt like, hey, there's a whole world out there for you. Like, let me do you a favor and cut you loose because you're going to be fine and get a bunch of jobs. Like, I'm not really worried about Heidi Gardner. I don't think she should be worried. She had a great run. I was surprised that it wasn't her decision.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, shakeups are inevitable,
Right. Are you happy that Julianne? Did you see Hacks this past season? Julianne's dance mom.
I loved it. I thought it was terrific.
Yeah, I thought it was a great expanding on what Julianne Nicholson could do as an actress. Like, because you hardly ever think of her for a role like that, and yet she killed it. And Cranston winning. Any other things you want to say about that, or any surprises on any of the wins?
No, I mean, again, I wasn't really paying too much attention to this weekend's Emmys.
Right. Okay.
So. No, I wouldn't say there were any like huge surprises or big snubs.
Okay. All right. So we'll see next week, obviously, when the above the line Emmys are handed out, and we'll see who wins, who loses, and what surprises are. And I'm sure we'll talk about it on the show. All right, let's move on to WB, man. Let's move on to the story from Variety talking about Warner Brothers box office. First off, pointing out that Superman has made $125 million, according to this report. Profit, $125 million. Profit, people going crazy online without factoring the fact that Fantastic Four was made for $200 million and made $500 million. So there's all kinds of conversations about, how much profit was actually made here between those 2 superhero movies. But then the article went on to highlight how successful the Abdi and DeLuca slate has been this year, Jeff, with Minecraft movie, Sinners, Final Destination Bloodlines, F1, which is a one they do in conjunction with Apple, Superman Weapons, and now Conjuring the Last Rites. It's the first time in the history of Hollywood that 7 movies from one studio have made $40 million plus in their opening weekend, and they all continue to make money in the subsequent weekends. So, what are your thoughts on this, and what are you feeling?
Incredible run from Warner Brothers, and it's like I know that I was the one ringing the alarm bell, earlier this year, but that was like before the date shakeups, right?
Yeah,
Like they kicked Flowervale Street to next year, which I haven't heard the greatest things about. They kicked The Bride to next year, which may end up being divisive. Anything that was like iffy, they basically booted to next year. And then 2027 obviously looks huge. We talked about that last week.
Thursday,
but 2026, they're going to have to sort of like get through it now that they've punted all these, over there. But regardless, to have 7 movies in a row opening like this is incredible. It's a testament to Mike and Pam and taking chances. And I hear, the PTA movie with DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, I hear it's amazing.
Getting good reviews.
100% going to lose money, but like, I don't care. I don't give a shit how much money it cost or how much it loses. Like, just make great movies that we're going to remember, for years to come. So that's where my concern lies. That doesn't mean that as a film reporter and as someone who reports on the business, I don't have a duty to report on this is a crazy budget to give Paul Thomas Anderson, even with Leonardo DiCaprio in the starring role, simply by nature, by virtue of what the movie is about.
Right.
And clearly Warner Brothers is struggling to sell it. This is looking very much to be like this year's Babylon. That said, people like confuse the money stuff with the award stuff. I was shocked. I'm pretty sure I was the only one on FYC to say this movie's going to get a Best Picture nomination.
Well, if you are, you might be right because, as I said, the reviews are not up yet. I think you have to wait till tomorrow or tonight for the reviews. But the reactions, if you can read between the lines, have been super positive. The articles that have written up about the film in numerous sites have talked about people's reactions coming out of the theater being very positive. And you might be right on this one. This could be a Killers of the Flower Moon situation where the studio knew we're going to spend a lot of money here. We're probably not going to make a lot of money, but it'll be up. It'll get this film up for some awards and consideration here. There's a real possibility that Warner Brothers could have like 3 or 4 nominees for Best Picture in this mix of films that they've released this year. Like Weapons could be in there. Sinners could be in there. I even give F1 a way outside shot of maybe circling in there to get nominated. And then possibly One Battle After Another once that comes out. So, to me, this seems like sound logic now when you look at it, considering Abdi and DeLuca's heads were on the chopping block earlier this year.
Well, they were on the chopping block because they were throwing money around and it looked risky. Sinners looked risky on paper. Obviously that was a great decision. One Battle After Another looks risky on paper, and I predict it will end up being a financial loser. But at the same time, if it gets a bunch of Oscar nominations, it'll probably be worth it. I mean, just to be able to work with Paul Thomas Anderson and Leonardo DiCaprio, it's probably worth it to the studio as far as like relationships go. I mean, Leo had been lost to streaming land for a while between Killers of the Flower Moon and Don't Look Up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
With Superman, like, listen, Superman, I told you guys did well enough, right? Yeah. I will consider it a win. I wrote James Gunn as a winner, in my summer box office winners and losers. But think about the ancillaries, right?
Right.
That's where the 125 million is coming from. Not that it was a huge theatrical winner. That's not what this story is about.
Right.
If they're saying Warner Brothers is going to profit 125 million. That's basically what the ancillaries are. The cable rights, the airplanes, the fucking VOD, all like home entertainment. That's basically 100 million. So maybe it made 25 million profit in theaters. Yeah, people just don't know how to read these facts, and the fact that it was Variety of all people and giving like the numbers for every movie that Warner Brothers did. It's like, okay, so Warner Brothers just like fed this to you guys.
Final Destination. Well, maybe yes or no. I don't know how, because I mean, let me run down the numbers here for some of you who may not have read the article. Final Destination Bloodlines, according to the article, made 75 million. Weapons made 65 million and counting. And Sinners made 60 million. They made 34 million off F1 because of the split with Apple. Minecraft movie, though, they didn't release the numbers for Minecraft, but considering how well that movie did, it's probably in the hundreds of millions of profit. And then, of course, Conjuring Last Rites, Jeff, that made 187 million already, or 194 million. It was corrected earlier today worldwide on what was, I think, a $53 million budget. And they're already in the red at making money on this film. And will probably continue to make money over the next few weeks and what have you. But a spokesperson, according to the article at Warner Brothers, denied all these claims, denied all this stuff. So are they playing both sides on this? Like, don't tell it. Like,
listen, a lot of stuff a lot of stuff that reporters report and then say, "Oh, the studio had no comment." The studio, I mean, they're obviously just getting it from the studio. They wouldn't have printed in the first place.
Yeah.
So that definitely happens. It's also possible that the numbers came from elsewhere, and Warner Brothers is just no commenting and saying, "Well, this is wrong." I mean, who knows? And that's the thing. Nobody knows. Trust me. Trust me. The person who wrote the article doesn't know. The people who directed these movies don't know, because it's all shady studio accounting. It's all, well, actually, don't forget about that junket in fucking Budapest where we flew 3 bloggers out. That cost $1 million.
Well, I mean, and also, I would think the studio doesn't want you to know that they made $600 million in combined year-to-date profit, because agents, managers, people who are in charge of these actors or creatives are like, well, if you made that much money, we should negotiate for a higher rate. I'm sure they don't want to have that conversation.
What are you talking about? Studios have to make a profit, obviously, or they won't exist. Like,
I know, but making a profit allows people to think that you have more money to spend on.
There's a bigger pie to split up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Honestly, as impressive as the Sinners box office performance is, and as impressive as getting F1 to 600 million or Superman turning into a win, the most impressive figure may, honest to God, be this Conjuring number, which is astounding.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit more, Jeff. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, 83, like this, forget Sinners, which was like, oh, we think it's going to do like 30 to 35, maybe 40. Oh, shit, it got like 48 or 49.
Right.
Dude, this movie was supposed to open to like $40 million, The Conjuring, and it opened to more than twice that. It was like 83.
83 million.
Highest grossing hot horror movie opening of all time for Conjuring 4. It's a testament to the franchise and how invested people are and how invested they are in the Warrens. Like fucking Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Like, who knew that these are like the biggest movie stars of the year, basically?
Are Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga like those rich Hawaiian people who walk around in shorts and sandals and like Hawaiian shirts, and you have no idea that they're multi-fucking millionaires? Like, are they so chill about their shit? You don't catch them on red carpets acting the fool or whatever. Like, how much money have they made? Because I went and looked it up. Like, The Conjuring, with all of its installments, it is the highest grossing horror franchise by almost $1 billion. The second place franchise is $1 billion below the Conjuring franchise. That's insane how much money it's made. Why does it have? It's like the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World of the horror franchise. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible feat. So hats off to James Wan and his company. And I mean, I actually thought it looked good. I didn't see it this weekend. I was pretty busy this weekend. But for someone who's not really a fan of the Conjuring franchise, I thought that like the trailer looked good. It was a very effective trailer. Yeah. Warner Brothers has maybe the best marketing department in the business. Yeah. But like, Warner Brothers has the best marketing department in the business, and even they are struggling to sell one battle after another. And that's why they're bringing out the big guns, and fucking Steven Spielberg is the one moderating the Q&A and singing the movie's praises to the LA press.
Yeah, that makes sense. Of course. That makes sense.
Smart.
Right. Dingus McNally said Patrick Wilson was in both Aquaman. Oh, that's true too. That's a very good point as well. So yeah, seeing if it can get itself set up in that way as well. All right. Anything more you want? Well, I want to add one more thing and ask you one more thing. Disney usually wins the box office. We have Avatar coming. It's probably going to make $2 billion. But do you think Warner Brothers has a shot to unseat Disney at this point? Because Disney, like, what? Thunderbolts, 300-something million. Fantastic Four, 500-something million, just barely. And then Captain America 4, 400 million. And then the other Disney stuff throughout the year, like Lilo and Stitch. So do you think Disney still wins the box office crown this year in terms of the amount of money it's made, or do you think Warner Brothers will come in?
I mean, I think it's like, think of a fantasy football draft or the drafts that we do. It's like getting the first 2 picks. And then, Warner Brothers obviously has a deeper team and maybe a deeper bench.
Yeah.
But movies that like probably aren't going to do great, like Tron, are still going to make, who knows, 200, 300, maybe even 400 million. Right. So that'll be enough to sort of balance, like, I'm not worried about Disney losing the crown.
Right. And Superman's 125, does this give James a little more cachet? And because I mean, we've alluded to, and you've maybe mentioned that there's possibly a little like rivalry here with DeLuca and Abdi versus Gunn. Do you think there's, now that Abdi and DeLuca have been on this run and Gunn,
it definitely gives James breathing room. It definitely says, hey, this guy didn't fuck up. He didn't lose us money. Like, let him keep doing his thing. It's only going to theoretically improve and get bigger and better.
Okay.
But like, when we're talking about Avengers movies grossing $1 billion, $2 billion, like the profit wasn't $125 million.
That's true.
They're making 400, 500, 600, 700, 800 million or whatever.
Yeah.
So, again, if you look at it through that window, Superman maybe not that impressive, but I will give James and DC the benefit of the doubt and put a positive spin on it, because I do think you really have to be an asshole who's looking for the negative to shit on how that movie performed.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
days.
Whatever our issues may be with how James Gunn handles his responses to things, you can't deny that the movie was a success. Maybe not as big of a success as some people estimated.
Exactly. I've said I like the movie. I've given it its flowers because I'm not someone who lets that other stuff impact. These impact reality. Essentially, the reality is I thought he made a decent movie and I thought it performed well enough.
Right. One last thing. What does this mean for the potential sale of Warner Brothers? It's been rumored for quite some time. I mean, you gotta sell high, buy low. I mean, do you think this is when the conversations start to happen, possibly, where they're looking at the run?
It seems like that conversation's already happening, right? Okay. It's like Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal. They're all citing sources saying that David Ellison would like to target Warner Brothers next. I'm sure he's not alone. We definitely heard Universal rumors. Right. Prior to that, we were still thinking, well, Paramount, that's like the 6th studio or whatever. Right. They're not going to, now they're climbing their way back. But yeah, I wouldn't discount Universal. I definitely think Zaslav's whole reason for being is, was to come in and make these cuts and build it up for a sale. Yeah. And you're right, John, sell high. Like, is now the time to arrange that sale. Next year, I foresee some flops on the horizon.
That's what I'm saying. You sell now, right out to, and you sell 2027. 2026 is going to be a down year, but you sell the potential of 2027. So I would do it now if I was Zaslav. At some point in the next few months, I would do it, or early next year, because that's when you want to sell. All right, Jeff, let's move on to something you wanted to talk about. Let's get into the situation that went down there. We just recently had the Venice Film Festival, where quite a few films were shown and screened, and reactions were put out there by a number of critics who got to go there. And then TIFF is, I think, currently still going on. One of my friends, Emma Sasek, is there in the theater right now to watch Frankenstein, way in the back there. So quite a lot of films were screened and shown and reacted to here. So what are your thoughts coming out of these festivals? I know TIFF's not done necessarily, but what are your reactions about what films have come out of this thing with a little more momentum? What films have had their momentum kind of stalled? And are we going to see actors being nominated from films that aren't necessarily that well received? I'm talking Julia Roberts after The Hunt. Is she going to get nominated? Will The Rock get nominated? Will Sydney Sweeney, even though Christie's not being received that well, do you think that she'll get the nomination? So what are your thoughts coming out?
I'm shocked by this. Like, all of a sudden the Oscar movies have to be great for actors to get nominated. Like, what universe are we living in? Yeah, I think Julia Roberts will get nominated. I don't care like what the
wait. Name me a crap film. Name me a crap film that had its best actor, best actress come from it. It never happens.
First of all, what makes After the Hunt a crap film? Like,
it's 47% on Rotten Tomatoes and 33 reviews for now.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes is full of fucking morons. So what do I care what the fucking score is? Okay.
Well, there are some smart people on Rotten Tomatoes, but okay.
No, not really, because they still submit to Rotten Tomatoes. If they were actually smart, they'd realize that submitting to Rotten Tomatoes is literally helping their own demise. Okay, so I don't know how smart they are.
Okay. I'll let you tell Owen Gleiberman that. You go ahead. Tell him.
I mean, Owen Gleiberman could give two fucks about Rotten Tomatoes. Someone on Variety's social team is submitting those.
Well, of course, he's not doing it himself.
No, like anyone with any integrity or a backbone could give two shits to help build the fucking score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
No, I don't think that what some fucking critic says, what some fucking awards blogger says out of Venice has any impact, again, on people in the industry voting.
Okay.
Like, these are two completely different sets of eyeballs. Critics are notoriously immature, right? Oh, this movie makes me uncomfortable. This movie did this wrong, or come on.
But voting bodies are not immature. What are you talking about? We've criticized.
I have respect for people in the sound. I don't respect my colleagues, so that's the difference between me and everybody else.
Yes, clearly, and that's madness to me, because I think there is immaturity all around, from moviegoers to critics to voting bodies. For God's sake, it's all the same. I think it always evens out at the end.
Listen, all I'm saying is I put literally zero stock in any reviews out of any of these festivals where people are 4 hours a night and like have their festival goggles on in many cases.
Okay.
Like, it always changes. Like, it's movies come out at a festival and then everybody else gets a chance to see it, and the score either goes up or down. So how do we explain that? It's a phenomenon.
Okay. All right. So nothing has changed for you coming out of the reactions from these festivals about your...
Especially not me, because I've maybe seen some things that maybe I'm not supposed to have seen, and and it's just like, what are these reviews I'm reading?
All right.
Like, just nonsense. Just like, what movie did you guys watch? They're so hyped up on being there and being first that, I mean, I'm amazed at some of the reviews that I read over this past week. Good and bad. Good and bad.
All right. All right. I just wanted to see what you thought. You know, you had said you want to talk about awards. Anything else you want to talk about awards on the award side things? Anything you want to add to that conversation? Or are you good?
I mean, there are definitely movies that are up and down, right? Like, I just think that the movie I have my eye on is It Was Just an Accident.
Okay.
I just don't know if that's going to be relegated to like, oh, it's a foreign language movie, so it's an international play. Like, I mean, Anatomy of a Fall was a serious Best Picture contender.
I mean, All Quiet on the Western Front, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Parasite. Yeah, there have been a few of these. If they're foreign, I think they get a little more notice nowadays. We're more global marketplace.
Like, the idea that Hamnet is going to win Best Picture, no, that's not happening.
No, it's too small of a story. Like, I don't think this is the year for the small story to win. Like, you know, like Shakespeare in Love or Coda. I don't think this is the year. I mean, even one battle after another.
It's a story that makes people feel good. It's not like this. I don't think people want dark and depressing. You know, I think that even I've been proven wrong on that in past years, right? Where they embrace something frivolous, like Everything Everywhere All at Once or whatever.
Frivolous? You're such a madman.
Yes, the movie about kung fu, and that's frivolous.
It's about a mother and daughter, and all right, it's a whole nother hour. We don't have an hour. All right, let's move on from the award stuff. Let's move on to a guy who might be rewarded for a film he did called The Smashing Machine, but he's in another project. Apparently slimmed down, this guy, and here's his reasons for slimming down. Jeff, he told us. Dwayne Johnson says that he is playing a 70-year-old man whose best friend is a chicken. That's why he's lost all this weight for a new acting role, and he's reuniting with his Smashing Machine director, Benny Safdie. So what do you think about these guys coming back together? Johnson said, Benny pitched me this after about 45 minutes, the pitch ended, and I said, I am your chicken man. And so he says he's got 70 or a few more pounds to go. And the film is about, what is it? About a whimsical, eccentric 70-something-year-old called Chicken Man in lizard music. So I guess he wasn't lying about that little voice who wants to be the independent film actor as he's moving into this situation. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I have a copy of Lizard Music in my bedroom, my childhood bedroom. It's like a book that I loved it as a kid. I can barely remember it now, but I'm telling you, Hollywood would be much better off if they just raided my childhood bedroom for all those books. I don't know if I mean, at first it sounded to me like, oh, is this actually a movie that's going to get made, or is this just like a Toronto sort of announcement? Because God knows that we're going to be reading a lot of those this week.
Sure.
But it sounded like he's already prepping. Like if he's actually losing weight for this, I guess like more power to Benny Safdie for getting right back on the horse. Definitely a change of pace. I don't
Didn't
know.
we see this already with Frank Langella and that duck, or whoever it was, Philip Baker Hall and that duck? Didn't we already see something like this?
What, Mr. Popper's Penguins?
No, that was Jim Carrey.
Well, Philip Baker Hall was in that as well.
All right, fair point. Do you think this is becoming the independent movie Christopher McQuarrie, Tom Cruise combo, The Rock and Benny Safdie? Is that what's happening here?
I'm all for it. No, he is. DJ is prepping Breakthrough, the Aronofsky movie, the A24 one.
Okay.
Yes, DJ. Yes, that is what people in the industry call him. If you have ever gotten an email about Dwayne Johnson from an agent,
I've actually met him and interviewed him, so you chill the fuck out. I never called him DJ. It was Mr. Johnson.
DJ when we run into each other at lunch in Beverly Hills.
Oh, do you now? Respect. All right. Anything more to say on this? Or you want to move on?
I'm excited for what's next for The Rock. I'm so glad he's turning the page and turning the corner in his career. Love it.
Oh, God. He literally has Moana live action coming. Do you think he's not going to do any more blockbusters that now he's going to become A24 darling? Are you a madman? What is wrong with you? Just doing this for now.
John, just because he goes and does Moana and other blockbusters doesn't mean he hasn't turned the corner of his career, okay? Because he wasn't doing those indies before. He was just doing blockbuster. So now he's mixing it up. That's the change of pace. Doesn't mean he can't go back, but now he has a whole nother line of work.
Oh, as long as he works for Safdie, yeah. And people like it. We'll see. All right, let's get to some trailers here, Jeff. We had a Knives Out 3 trailer that dropped this week. We also, today as we're recording this, Dust Bunny also dropped today with the film with Mads Mikkelsen and Sigourney Weaver and Sylvia Stallone there about him killing monsters under the bed, possibly. And we had a trailer for Die My Love, this weird-ass new film coming with Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. So your thoughts on these 3 trailers, your feelings on these 3 trailers?
I mean, Die My Love, there wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah, I team over teaser.
Yeah, it looked interesting. It's Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson movie, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be my cup of tea. I'm not a big Lynn Ramsey guy. Dust Bunny looked fun. Lord knows that project's been in post-production for ages.
Yeah.
But I like Brian Fuller and Mads Mikkelsen, what they did with Hannibal, so I'm down to give that one a shot. What was the other one?
The Knives Out 3 one that dropped today.
I didn't actually have time to watch that trailer today.
Okay.
But I was out at the Oasis concert with one of the producers last night. So
of that movie?
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I travel in odd circles.
I know this by now.
So he was just talking about having literally just flown in from Toronto and
it got good reactions.
The premiere and
everything.
Yeah.
I think you don't buy any of the reactions. It got good reactions from people who thought.
But again, good reactions from the same people who flipped for the first 2 movies, which aren't good.
You don't think the first 2 Knives Out movies are good?
No, you want to check my track? You think I'm just like some haterade on this podcast? Go look at the receipts. The first Knives Out is a movie built on Hugh versus Hugh. Hugh and Hugh. So if you were to write it out in written form, the jig is up. It's a lame fucking mystery with a great cast. Glass Onion was a little bit more visually interesting, but it's a whodunit guy. It was not a very good whodunit. Okay. This one will be better, I do predict, because it is darker and it is different. It's not the everybody's having a good time. Poppy Knives Out. This does sound a little bit more gothic, a little bit a change of pace from the first 2 films. So I do suspect I will like it a little bit more. But I can't trust these critics because they have terrible taste. You know, it might surprise you. They might feel the same way about you. Are you okay? I don't care what they think. Okay. Let them go on their podcast and they can say Jeff Sneider has terrible taste. Okay. I don't give a shit. That's fair. It's totally fair. I know what I know. There's right and there's wrong. With music, it's different. With books, it's different. Okay? There's music I don't listen to. I'm not going to sit here and say it's terrible music because it's just not for me. There are books I don't read that are huge bestsellers. They're just not for me. But when it comes to movies, things are binary. There's right and wrong. And if you think Speed or Heat are bad movies, you're a moron. If you think Knives Out is the greatest whodunit, the best murder mystery ever, you are a moron.
I don't think there's a right and wrong in movies. I will never believe that. It's always everything's subjective. So, in the end, it's about whatever the large number.
Get rid of poisonous plants. I just don't like this person. Get him out of here.
What's he say?
Get him out of here.
Oh, I haven't even watched him.
He's factually incorrect, and he's just an asshole. So poisonous plants. Next time you want to say something, bring out your fucking wallet. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
I gotta ban you, buddy. All right. Let's see what else have we got here. Oh yeah, what do you think about this, Jeff? I mean, he's in the movie now, right? I mean, this is Chris Evans. Speaking of Knives Out, he was here doing the press. Look at it. I mean, he's in Captain America shape, for God's sakes, Jeff. He's got the shaved it. He's got the hair done. I mean, we're through denying this nonsense, right? He's in the fucking enough.
Yes. Keep playing games. Yes.
I know. He's
not getting bulked up for Materialists too.
God help us all.
That's another movie. I'd warned you when this movie was announced to Sacrifice. I was like, this thing's going to be a pile of dog shit. And people are like, it's batshit. It's crazy. We don't know how to really explain it. Those are always movies that are bad.
Well, one thing that is good is Michael Caine. And apparently he is eyeing a return to acting with a sequel to The Last Witch Hunter. That's right. The Last Witch Hunter, that terrible movie with Vin Diesel, but his 92-year-old ass is coming out of retirement to be in a sequel because apparently the movie, when it went streaming, did really well. So now he's reprising his role. He's going to play Dolan, a priest who assists Diesel's warrior Calder as he fights to stop a plague propagated by a witch queen. That was the first. So what are your thoughts on this, Jeff? The great Michael Caine coming out of retirement to be a part of The Last Witch Hunter.
Embarrassing, pure money grab to pass on to his children and grandchildren when he dies.
I mean, he's 92. I feel like he's earned a money grab, don't you?
Oh, hey, no one's blaming him. Do your thing, Michael Caine. Get the bag. If you can still say the lines and stand up straight, I should be so lucky at 92. I'm not going to judge him for this, but what do we think? Are we going to read into this and say The Last Witch Hunter 2 must have a hell of a script?
No.
Maybe Chris Nolan will actually think about coming into direct because he likes working with Michael Caine.
Oh, he does. Yeah, you're right. It's not a bad idea. Maybe get Jay Roach even because he used him so well.
Maybe while I can still afford to earn income from my family.
That's true. All right. What about, let's talk about, listen, this got announced on Twitter today or on X, whatever it is. OpenAI has confirmed that they are helping to make an AI-generated movie called Critterz. The goal is to finish to production in 9 months. The budget is under $30 million. The plan is to debut the film at Cannes. Paddington 3 writers are penning the script, and they're now casting voice actors, and art will be fed into ChatGPT-5 and other image models. Critterz reflects the kind of creativity and exploration we love to encourage, is what they said over there at OpenAI. So this is the first real shot across the bow, isn't it, Jeff? And we're going to start to see this more and more and more. And people need to start getting used to it. This is happening.
I mean, it's happening if it's good, right? I mean, anybody can just crank out some shit and slap it on a website. So who's buying it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? They make this movie. Right. We're gonna take it to Cannes. Well, you don't just get to take it to Cannes. You have to be accepted into Cannes, don't you?
Oh, right. That's the goal is there. It doesn't mean they're accepted yet.
The Cannes Film Festival signal to the world's filmmakers, yeah, we're gonna accept this AI fucking cartoon movie. Now, when they say take it to Cannes, does that mean the Cannes market? Because everything gets shopped at the Cannes market.
I don't know. It's expected to hit theaters worldwide in 2026. That's next year, after a planned debut at Cannes Film Festival. But yeah, who's distributing it? Who's taking ownership of it?
Who's the voice cast? I mean, all these animated movies, most of them that we see have big names attached to them. Who are they going to get to star?
Yeah.
And again, it is that time of year. Literally, May and September is when you see just the most ridiculous announcements come out.
Well,
I blame OpenAI for doing this,
right?
And they may very well find a buyer because the public is lemmings and they don't even know what they're watching or who made it, so they're not even gonna know fucking that AI made it. When am I going to know?
No, I don't think they're going to care. That's the ugly truth, is that I think the only people going to care are like a small minority of regular people, and a big portion of the creative community, but most of the audience is not going to care. Like anything, they're going to be like, was I entertained? Was it a good movie? That is all they care about.
Oh, yes.
AI will be what it is.
And if AI can do what humans do,
yeah.
All right, like I guess we'll all be in line to see the new AI movie. I have not seen that.
Yeah.
And the conversations that I've had with people around town suggest to me that AI is not there yet.
Well, I don't think it's there because of the uncanny valley and the eyes stuff. I think animation wise, I think get there a lot quicker than it will live action, right?
That's the canary in the coal mine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be the thing. If they ever solve that, game over. Game over if they ever solve it.
But again, it's like, okay, we've got Pixar. We've got the brightest minds in animation basically making Elio, which completely flopped this year.
Sadly, yeah.
And so if you have a company that's OpenAI, so it doesn't have the Pixar sheen. It doesn't have maybe the huge A-list voices.
Possibly.
It doesn't have the Disney distribution apparatus behind it. Right. So like what realistically is the financial goal for this random animated movie, and how much does it cost?
Yep. It's a good question. Well, it says under 30 million, so we'll see. But animation is very expensive. An under $30 million animated film. But then again, with AI, maybe you can cut the costs in that approach. So we'll see. All right, one last thing before we get to questions, Jeff. Unless you want to talk about anything else, Ryan Reynolds has finally admitted after all this time, in an appearance at TIFF, he finally admitted during a chat with EW that he was the one who leaked Deadpool. This is the first time he's ever admitted it. He said, yes, I cheated a little, but I think I was onto something that people would be interested in. I'm grateful that I listened to that instinct, and I'm grateful that I did the wrong thing in that. I'm so amazing. I am Ryan Reynolds, and I'm such a smart guy. I shot the test footage for a couple of years before in the studio, just didn't want anything to do with it. Deadpool's a fringe character. I was obsessed with it. It was kind of meta. It was kind of new. And some a-hole leaks it online. I'm like, looking at the guy in the mirror, brushing my teeth, and I'm like, dude, what have you done? This could be punishable by law. But the internet forced the studio to say, we're going to make this movie, and 24 hours later, that movie had a green light. So he finally admitted, I don't know why you admit this while you're in the middle of a court battle with Justin Maldoni and Blake Lively, but he admitted this now, Jeff, that he lied. Because remember, he did a lie detector test on Vanity Fair, and he passed the lie detector test.
Wouldn't it be amazing if all the honest people in the world were movie stars and movie directors and studio heads? Wouldn't that be an unbelievable coincidence?
It would be a whole nother timeline. A whole nother timeline, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think he admitted it years ago.
No, he did not. This is the first time he's officially admitted it. He's alluded to it. He's hinted at it. But this is the first time he blatantly said it.
Yeah, you're like the kind of person, like, I need the admission, like a detective or like a judge in a court of law. He's admitted it.
Yes.
He has admitted it in the past. He didn't use the word. He didn't use the legal words that it serves as a binding confession. But at no point did this guy ever hide it. Who else could it have been?
I don't know. I think he did hide it. Yeah, but you're welcome to your opinion. All right. So you don't think there's anything in this, right? At all?
Man.
No. Because I just want to make it clear. I send the subjects to Jeff, and I say, Jeff, do you want to talk about this stuff? And Jeff, when he says he doesn't want to talk about it, I remove it. But if I bring it up here and then you don't have anything to say about it, why am I wasting my time bringing it up, Jeff?
We're bringing it up for the fans so they can know, like, what am I supposed to say here?
I don't know. Say whatever you feel to say, but at least entertain the topic.
Ryan Reynolds leaked Deadpool. Shocking. News at 5.
Yeah. Hey, you fucking dummy. Joshua, you fucking dummy. I did not believe that Ryan didn't leak it, you fucking dummy. I said that he finally admitted it. That's what I'm getting at. I don't mean you, Jeff. I mean this
day will be noted in history for the day that Ryan Reynolds blessed us with his confession.
Oh, I don't think it's a great thing. I just think I think it's funny that he finally admitted it as if we all didn't know about it. That was my point, is that he finally admitted it as if we didn't know already.
Thank you, Ryan.
And the logistics of it all, doing it while he's in the middle of a court battle.
What does that have to do with anything.
I mean,
You're like, so now Baldoni can be like, well, Your Honor, he lied about leaking the Deadpool footage, and this goes to show he may be lying about all of this.
I've seen crazier things in a court case. So, don't act like there's all these incredibly intelligent, high and mighty people in fucking court cases not trying to connect things. So, anyway, all right, let's move on to some questions here as we wrap up because I'm trying to keep it under an hour. Dinkus, Manali, Ray, Rocha, and Jeff, with only 4 months left of the year, what would you guys say is the movie you are looking forward to the most for the rest of 2025? I don't know. Jeff,
One
do you have an answer?
after another. That's the answer.
One battle after another? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe Predator Badlands or Avatar? Maybe. Samuel Oelet says, where the hell is Thomas Gibson? I always thought he had so much talent on Criminal Minds. A comeback in movies would be great. Thomas, if he stopped attacking people on sets, he might make a comeback. I don't know where he is now. Jeff, do you?
I think he valeted my car last night.
I guarantee you, with Criminal Minds money, he was not valeting your car last night.
It's a hobby for him.
He just likes valeting cars. I mean, I don't know where he's at. I mean, in this let's forgive everybody era now, let's uncancel everybody. Maybe he can come back. Who knows? I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure Fox Nation's always reached out to him. Wiley Todd, who do you think should have won Best Picture in 2006 instead of Crash? Brokeback Mountain, Capote, Good Night, Good Luck, or Munich? Watched these all recently for the first time. I would pick Munich. I'd probably say Good Night and Good Luck because that Munich sex scene at the end is like so fucking unnecessary. Kills the movie for me. What are you thinking?
I don't know what we're dealing with today. I don't know what is in the water. You okay, Johnny?
I'm totally fine. Are you all right?
Brokeback Mountain. Good Night and Good Luck should win Best Picture Oscar?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Brokeback Mountain's good. Don't get me wrong. I like Brokeback Mountain. Even though Anne Hathaway is slightly miscast in that role, it's a good movie.
Good Night and Good Luck would be the last film I give Best Picture to.
I know you would. It's not your problem. Ray Scoot says, you guys seen Twinless? Top 3 film of the year behind Weapons and Sinners for so far. Dylan O'Brien had my curiosity. Now my attention. Jeff, you said this is a comedy. Did you see this?
I haven't. I think I may see it this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard good things on Twinless. Yeah. Let's see. I am Too Like Cam says, using this show on my drive to TIFF. Oh, wish I could meet you there, Jeff. Can't believe Evan Peters traded his Dahmer capital for Tron. Yikes. That thing is DOA. Yeah, Jeff, they had to trot out Mr. Beast and other YouTube influencers to try to get some more attention on the movie. Are they trying to counter the Jared Leto factor? Or do you think people don't care about that situation? Like, what's your thoughts on the marketing behind this movie?
Yeah, it's not. I don't love it. They are kind of stuck with Jared Leto, and I think that's a real problem. Greta Lee, good actress, but I just don't think she puts butts in seats. I haven't even recognized Peters in a trailer. I haven't even. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen the full trailer, but I basically we were talking about Tron last night at Oasis, and my friends were asking me who's in it, and after Greta Lee and Jared Leto, I had no idea. I forgot Evan Peters was in it. Yeah, he's the main villain in that, and Robin Wright's in it. Weird. Weird cast. Oh no, sorry. Gillian Anderson is in it. To me, anytime you're like, well, the number one reason I'm going to see this movie is for the score, that's a problem. Fair. It could, make just enough to justify its existence, but I'm nervous about that one. All of the Tron stuff has underperformed every time they've come out. So, but there's just this, underground level of fandom for it. And I wonder how this one's going to do. Joyous Romer says, hey, Outlaw, what's your thoughts on the Star Wars Starfighter cast? Well, Jeff and I already talked about it last week. Positive thoughts overall on the cast. Looking forward to it, seeing what Sean Levy will be able to do with the movie. That's basically it right now. And I have my thoughts on what Amy Adams is doing in that movie. Whew. Temu Outlaw on the Run, John Pimpea. Why is the MCU a little meh after Endgame? I'm shocked by some of the low box office. What do you think will make What do you think will make more, Spider-Man or Doomsday? Jeff? Spider-Man or Doomsday? Doomsday. Yeah, I would say Doomsday. There's more excitement because people want to see what's going to lead into Secret Wars. So yeah, Doomsday probably. One of them has Robert Downey Jr. and one of them doesn't. The The MCU is a little meh after Endgame because we're not on individual movies anymore. We're just on like chapter 37, chapter 38, chapter 39. And after 39 fucking movies, if you've missed one, you don't know what the hell's going on anymore. It's, the public is tuning this stuff out. They need to do more standalone stuff and back away from the universe.
Yeah. Alan Smithy says, major scoop, Breaking Bad star Raymond Cruz has been arrested for spraying a child with a hose. Cruz was washing his car and asked the girl to move out of the way. When she didn't, she got sprayed. Hey, man, don't mess with Cruz.
I agree.
Yeah.
That girl better respect.
I'm not saying it's good to douse children with water, but if the guy asks you to move, you don't move.
I'm saying it.
All right. Green Red says, what's going on with Flowervale Street, Jeff? Do you have any info on that?
I do. I've been meaning to put it in a newsletter the last few weeks.
Okay.
I think I'm going to save it for the newsletter still, but it's a tonal issue thing. I think that the studio wanted one thing and Mitchell wanted another, and now they're trying to sort of meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. Dickus McNally says, Jeff, show us those guns. Rocha's jawline looking sharp, my guy. Thank you. Boys looking good recently. 6-pack for summer 20. Not me. 6-pack for summer 2026.
We can't all afford Greg Alba's nutritionist. Greg Alba's looking like dude, the Rock just handed Greg Alba his muscles.
Yes. Kristen said he looked like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. I'll go that far, but
I'm jealous.
It's a little too thin for me, but I hear you. Cal Wilson said, could you see The Rock in a Wes Anderson film? Oh, 1,000%.
Yes.
1,000%. Because The Rock has a comedic side that he has honed for years, and naturally funny guy. So of course it would work in something like a Wes.
Again, this is like, I could see The Rock in a Wes Anderson movie. Could I see Wes Anderson casting The Rock? No, because Wes Anderson has been so far up his own fucking ass the last few years, working with the same people on one bad movie after another. Can we please have Wes Anderson back? I'll do anything.
I like the Phoenician scheme, so I don't know what you're saying there. Samuel says, what's your favorite Sidney Lumet film? Mine is Network. Jeff, do you have a favorite Sidney Lumet film? Dog Day Afternoon, maybe?
Yeah, it's right there. Dog Day Afternoon.
There you go. Dog Day Afternoon. That's a good one. I don't know.
Playing this weekend at the Vista in LA.
Is it really? Oh, that's awesome. That's the one thing I miss about LA, man. The one big thing I miss about LA. Not any of you fuckers. It's going to see old movies.
I wouldn't miss us either.
I guess I would say Dog Day Afternoon as well, but like Serpico is a close second. I love Serpico. Love it. Just got it in 4K, actually. Evan says, Amanda Dobbins dropped some insight on the press screening at Venice for After the Hunt. It was delayed and press were left to wait in the rain. They got soaked. May explain some of the reaction. Oh, come on.
I 100% believe it.
Oh, come on.
People are in a bad mood.
If it's a good movie, nobody, you know what's going to make a movie a good movie? The fact that you were doused in rain and you went into the theater and you liked the movie, that's going to make you like the movie even more. That's going to make it an even better movie. The challenge. Samuel Olet says, wait, what? Thomas Gibson attacked someone? Yeah, on set. Go and read it. Google is your friend. All right, let's get to the Streamlabs. Bubbles McBubble says, hey, Outlaw on the Scoop. I've been kind of numb with the movie experience, but start to get excited again for the final quarter of movies. Question, what has been the biggest disappointment this year in movies? Mine was Love Hurts. I had high hopes, and it wasn't good. That's Ki Kwan film. Jeff, you wrote about your winners and losers in the summer. Is there a loser that stands atop this year of all the movies?
There is.
Or disappointment? Yeah,
I'm going to get it. It is. If we're really talking about the most disappointing movie,
yeah,
it has to be Happy Gilmore 2. Like, what?
You thought that was going to be good?
Yes, I hoped it would be. I mean, Happy Gilmore was amazing. This comedy we still quote 30 years later. Oh, everyone was so pumped for that movie, and then it came out and it was just like a fucking bag of dog shit. It was horrible. That was the biggest disappointment of the year.
Oh, all right. I don't know if I have a biggest disappointment. Yeah, I don't know if I have a biggest disappointment. Yeah, I'd have to spend some more time. There have been some bad movies, but I need to spend more time on disappointment.
How about The Life of Chuck?
Oh, yeah, I didn't get around to that one. But then again, I wasn't really looking forward to that one. So,
TIFF Audience Award winner being that bad? I didn't see that coming.
Oh yeah. Well, what do you think about the Jarmusch one winning? Do you think that means anything at all?
Literally nothing. The movie will be lucky to score a single nomination this fall.
I know. I was like, what?
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. And again, that's Alexander Payne and his jury. That's not critics.
Yeah.
So critics seem like they took that movie to task. These are the only eyeballs that I trust are right here in my fucking head.
Yeah, no, I'm looking through. I don't have a disappointment one. I don't, because I know too much about stuff that goes on behind the scenes on these movies. I think I'm more in the surprise. Like, I'm surprised F1 really got on with the audience. I would say that. Jets and Johnny says, Jeff, TIFF has been underwhelming. Good dodge. Rocha, I don't agree with many of your takes, but back it up with facts. What's your thoughts on Kawhi Clipper situation? Also, let's give some love to John Williams. His scores are characters on its own. Yes, absolutely. Rocha, I don't agree with many of your takes, but I can back up all my takes with facts, or that are based in facts. My other takes are opinions or feelings. It's like everybody else. So what's the difference?
You're not allowed to have feelings, John. You're an internet commenter.
Clearly. Here's the Kawhi Clippers situation. If it smells like a no-show job, talks like a no-show job, walks like a no-show job, and quacks like a no-show job, it's a no-show job. That's my thoughts. Jeff, do you have any thoughts?
100%. That report was great from Pablo Torre, a real feat of journalism. And I understand how Ballmer can deny it, right? But he's full of shit. Yeah,
100%.
I can the NBA is going to look the other way at that shit, because I'm sure a lot of other teams are doing a lot of other similar things. Maybe not for that kind of money, but definitely if it's a few million off between them signing with the other team, they'll find a way to get that million. Whether it's we're going to give you a bullshit podcast and for it, or
The NBA is desperate for ratings right now. There's a big story last season. It's continued and it'll continue into the new season. They're desperate for ratings. There's problems. They're not catching on as strongly as they did before. The last thing they're going to do is go after one of their organizations that has three of the top stars in the WNBA and go and kind of find them and cost them wins or whatever. They're not going to do that. You're right, Jeff. Silver's going to look the other way. If they were riding high, I think Silver would be more inclined to do it, but not right now. And you're right, because other teams have probably done it, including possibly the Lakers and the Knicks now, because Pablo Torre is going to look at the Jalen Brunson deal, which I think would be great.
He has plausibility. What is it? What the fuck am I saying here? Plausible.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ballmer doesn't jump onto ESPN within 24 hours of that story to be softball interviewed by Ramona Shelburne, which broke my heart because Ramona is usually tougher than that. If he isn't scared of what this reporting was revealing. So it was a tap dance and a half, and it was a bullshit thing that did worse for him than it did better. Samo says, what happened to Shaka King? Judas and the Black Messiah was one of my favorite films this past decade, and I haven't heard any update on his next film that he will direct. Yeah, Jeff, I haven't heard anything either. Your thoughts, Shaka King?
I mean, I'm with you, but he also doesn't seem like a guy who's just looking for a job and looking for an ODA, which means open directing assignment.
Right.
He's probably working on his next film. I mean, I'm sure he'll be able to get financing for it once he makes it.
Yeah.
These things do take a lot of time. Just today, there was a story about Fred Heckinger signing on to an Andrew Haigh movie. I emailed about that 16 months ago.
Wow.
16 months to get announced. Wow. So it's not the end of the world. It's not the craziest idea that Shaka King is just in the lab and picking up whatever is next. But I'm sure we'll hear of him again.
Yeah, some artists like Malik does a film every 7 years or something. Like some artists are only inspired to create, and they are lucky enough that they can only wait to be inspired to create. Hot Security Guard says, Jeff, I saw that you saw Oasis. I saw them at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it was hands down the best concert I've ever been to. Don't look back in anger with 80,000 people is transcendent. Cheers, gents.
It was fucking epic last night.
Yeah, how was Oasis? Tell me.
Well, I made the little mistake of maybe going in a little too fucked up. But I was good by the time Oasis got on stage. And it was a truly it was a pretty great show. First of all, they have way more songs than you remember.
Oh yeah.
Definitely some songs are like you may not know the words, but you know like how they go. You know you can hum them. I mean, just seeing Liam and Noel together again, like two guys who hate each other so much, like, but they need each other, right? Like one really isn't that big a deal without each other. Combined, they are Oasis. And when those last three songs hit last night, Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall, Champagne Supernova, like followed by a fireworks show, it just lit the Rose Bowl up. The place was fucking popping.
Did they do Fucking in the Bushes? Did they do that one?
That's how they came out to. That's what which is so fucking good. And it's just like all like the tabloid headlines, on the screen in the back. It was definitely a cool fucking night. I don't know. I think I'd been to the Rose Bowl maybe once before. Couldn't remember for what, but it's super cool being up there.
Yeah.
Shaka King. I mean, I'm going to be right. And I mentioned this already for a different black filmmaker in the newsletter last week. I want to expand upon that soon. But Shaka King would also be great for this project. Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yes. 1,000,000% co-sign that. Yes. Done and done.
And that's a Warner Brothers project, too, which did Judas and the Black Messiah. They should definitely be talking to Shaka King. So if they're not, there's a free idea for you. You're welcome, Hollywood.
There you go. Johnny says, "Hey guys, so if Dwayne Johnson is already prepping for Lizard music, I'm guessing Jumanji 3 also moves its December 2026 date. Another blockbuster movie in the way for Avengers. If Dune moves to Godzilla's date, where does Godzilla go? It's already finished filming.
I think Godzilla would move to May if Dune came in to March. I think then that stumps to May.
Movie for sure.
What was the movie that got us on that?
Lizard music, Jumanji 3.
Oh, you're Jumanji 3. So no, that is supposed to start filming before the end of the year. My question is like, how does Dwayne put back on the muscle that he just lost? Right, he's going to look very different in Jumanji 3.
Maybe that's going to be the storyline. That he's the avatar, the kid who's playing the avatar gets adjusted somehow, because I think it's supposed to be now in our real world. So I don't know if we're going to see the avatars in the real world as much as we did when they were in the game world. So maybe that's like a way around it. I don't know. Gutu Ahmed says, do you guys think the tech companies are the future for film, TV, and entertainment? This comes from reports saying WB is preparing to sell. Could Amazon be a potential suitor? Well, they already bought MGM, right, Jeff? I don't know if they'd buy another studio.
I agree. I don't see Amazon as a suitor for Warner Brothers, but yeah, I definitely think. Yeah, it wouldn't be crazy if Netflix or Apple did it.
Yeah.
Or is there another company that actually wants to get into this fucking crazy business? Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah. Tech companies certainly are the future. Better strap in. Samuel, what is going on with Jordan Peele? No movie coming. What's the story here? Yeah, Jeff, his script was written. They pulled the movie off the release schedule. So any thoughts on what's going on there?
He doesn't really have a finished script. He doesn't really know what he wants to do. I think he's feeling the pressure. And he's the other guy who I said maybe should direct Kobe Bryant and get out of his head a little bit and just take a break from what everybody expects from him and just like go make a good movie for somebody else, whether that's Kobe Bryant or there's another project at Warner Brothers that I think would be a really good fit for him. And that movie is called I Am Legend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's that would be a great one for Jordan to get his teeth into, sink his teeth into. And I agree with you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a little bit of, to go all the way back to Orson Welles, it's a little bit of the Orson Welles disease. Everything he's done is going to be compared to Get Out. Like, it was so good that everything is like, well, why aren't you at this level? Like, well, oh, it's not as good as Get Out. And that can hang over you as an artist. If your first film out the gate is great and people don't think that you're matching it with your subsequent offerings, that's very possible. Michael says, Jeff, your newsletter is king as usual. Do you guys ever think Vin Diesel will ever get nominated for an Oscar? Maybe he needs to work with a Safdie, or do you think he's content with making Hollywood action movies? I would say never say never. I didn't think Jamie Foxx was going to win a goddamn Oscar, and certainly it looks like Dwayne Johnson might get nominated for an Oscar before Batista, which surprises me. So I say never because Hollywood is a crazy place, and you never know what role pops up that could get you an Oscar nomination.
I agree. I think it is within reach. I think he can be good, whether that's Saving Private Ryan or Boiler Room.
Or I Am Guilty. Was it when I'm Guilty? The one, yeah.
Find Me Guilty, right? The Lumet movie. I think that he needs to get a little bit older, and then I could see him being like the abusive father or something. Like, I mean, what if he was like De Niro in Silver Linings Playbook?
Yeah, that's very possible.
You know, like I could just see him being an Italian father or something like that. I could see it. Was Danny Aiello nominated for something?
I think for Moonstruck, right? Or no?
I'm not sure. Maybe, but like that's the kind of role I could see him doing.
Oh, he was nominated for Do the Right Thing, wasn't he? For Best Supporting Actor? I thought he was.
But that's what I could see for Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's a good point. I could see that too. Like something like a Bronx Tale, like Chaz Palminteri's thing.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He was not the only nomination he ever got for the Oscars was for Do the Right Thing, Best Supporting Actor. He didn't win, but he was nominated. All right. I think that's everything. Questions wise and so topics wise. So we can get on out of here. Thanks again, everybody. Jeff, let people know where they can subscribe to your newsletter and follow you, bro.
TheInsnider.com. And yeah, join us again Thursday for our other show this week. And guys, I'm sorry if you think I'm catty or coming out with passive aggressive energy. Some of the topics, first of all, I don't like to turn down topics too much. I kind of just go with the flow with whatever Johnny wants. But yeah, some of them I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to say about this?
My only problem is that you guys shake your head and look disappointed for
That's half the appeal of the show.
Yeah, but that means you're judging me, and I want people to be clear that I run the topics by Jeff.
These are news. These are all legit stories. Okay. You know, like I'm not like, oh, John, why are we talking about this?
Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't take it personally. Maybe you're right.
No, you definitely shouldn't. Oh no, it has no. You
work hard to get these topics.
You're a great job as the producer of the show.
Thank you.
It's just I'm amazed at what makes news.
Yeah, fair point. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But then again, we're in September, man. Everything's dead right now. Dude.
It's slow. Yeah, I'm actually working on an interesting piece that I would not have otherwise done unless it was slow.
Oh yeah, look forward to that on theinsider.com, everybody. All right, thank you so much for joining us. As for me, you can follow me at The Rocha Says on all the social media channels. Please subscribe below, man. We are so close to 40,000 subscribers. Thousands of you watch the shows every week here on the Hot Mic and other shows that I do. Please subscribe if you hadn't. Hit that bell button so you see we're dropping all the content we do. And don't forget, tomorrow, Spill the Tequila and Geek Buddies on Wednesday coming up, and then our show again on Thursday. All right, take care of yourselves. Be well. Enjoy Monday Night Football or go see a movie. And we'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode of the Hot Mic. Peace.